Hey everybody, this is Alzorath, and welcome to Wall World 2. This is the sequel to a game that I actually really enjoyed. I had a lot of fun with it. It's kind of in the same vein as Dome Keeper, except you're on a mobile platform instead of a static one, and there's a little bit more to discover in the world. Now, this is a playtest for Wall World 2, and by the way, if you want to go in depth on Wall World 1, I actually did a review of that over on the main channel. It did fairly well, and it does explain the differences between this and Dome Keeper and why I actually prefer Wall World. Now, the major complaint I had for it was that, one, you couldn't beat it on your first run because it's a roguelite designed to need kind of spiraling power. And that is a number of Alloy games. A lot of Alloy games are roguelites that rely on meta progression for you to actually beat them. So that was pretty much my main complaint in that one. I don't know if this one's going to have the same. A lot of Alloy games do, so it probably will. They also are pretty good at pricing their games, though. So I don't know if this one's going to be as cheap as Wall World 1, but it was a very affordable title. It was really good value for the money, and I got my money's worth out of it. So we can go ahead and see what's going to be in this playtest and what's not in the playtest. I've left this up probably for long enough for you to pause the screen and look at it and decide if this is a playtest you want to try, which, if you're watching this after release, chances are it'll still be up and able to be requested. I can finish words. And then if it's not soon after release, or if you're watching this at release of the actual game instead of the playtest, you can probably just go buy it. There might be a demo, there might not. I don't know. I haven't gotten this information. All I got was an email saying, hey, we making stuff, and I was just a big thumbs up. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump in on this. I have already made an account because, unfortunately, you don't get to the options menu until you've gotten through that screen to this one and then into here. I've never understood that philosophy. It blew my ears out, so that was a fun one. Now, we do have a previously in Wall World. This is the story of the previous one, so we'll go through that before we jump into the game, just so you guys can get a rundown of what happened story-wise in the last game. And I think it does cover the expansion, which I have not played. So it's going to be a little bit of a spoiler for me, but it's fine, and then we'll jump into the new game. But we live on an endless wall, fighting off a species called the Zyrex, whose nature is unknown to us. None of those who searched for the edge of the wall ever returned, except for my grandpa, who eventually disappeared as well. This prompted me to become another edge seeker, but I ended up finding something completely different. A huge monster has awakened, even though we had all thought that the Leviathan was a myth. The edge I found turned out to be just a giant crack beyond which the wall continued. Together with the mechanic Jill, we established a base on the edge, built a bridge across the rift, and stopped the Leviathan with the help of an ancient core weapon we found. However, on the other side, we were met by a hostile warrior in a white exoskeleton mounted on a white spider. After numerous fights, I managed to defeat the warrior and find out that he belongs to a race that lives inside the wall and wants to destroy us outers. Unwilling to test whether his threats were true, I had to kill the warrior. Boom. A huge hole in the wall, an unknown number of kilometers deep, from which he had probably emerged, seemed to support his words. The most unpleasant thing was that the Leviathan did not die. According to the intelligence Jill received, the giant monster we fought was just a finger of the Leviathan. It turned out that the Leviathan was much larger than we could have ever imagined, and it was getting closer. And this is where we're at. We're inside a giant hole. So we're going to go ahead and click New Game. This obviously doesn't have a lot of the meta progression, all that stuff included. It's just, oh, it's a prologue to give us a rough idea of what's going on. Okay, so we have W and S to move, which is up and down. We have shoot. All right, last mine for today. Okay, do I have control? Yeah, we have W and S. And then we have the mine right there. Press R to enter the mine. Fairly familiar. It's been a while since I played the original game. I don't even remember how long it took. Okay, break the rock with your plasma drill. Not too long. It feels very weird not to have all of our upgrades, but this is basically what it was. And then we use the right click to vacuum up resources. Although we haven't really ran across any resources here. Other than just, the break rock resources, which is your meta progression stuff. There's also other useful things that you get from this. The Zyrex are attacking the spider. Go back, and okay. We do not have any kind of boost or anything. We are going to take damage, and yeah, I can, if I remember correctly, dodge. Although it's not letting me. I mean, we can... I think you have to press R to disconnect. In the original, I'm pretty sure you were able to. So we'll just go with it as best we can. And yes, this is why it takes a while to do the original game. Yeah, we can buy upgrades from it. Oh, connect to the spider and press F to progress. Okay. Come on, grab those. And yeah, we just explore this mine, get resources from it, and then we can buy upgrades. If we want. I don't know how full we are. We're not too terribly full. I do remember the strategy from the original was to kind of vacuum slingshot stuff. And yes, in the original, these caves can get pretty convoluted. This one's fairly simple. As in, it's just like, okay, we're cleaning these up. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. And we need to press F to get the upgrade. Let's go ahead and do upgrades, and now we can just buy these if we want. We could get a drilling efficiency. I think that's the only thing we can afford right now. I do think that in the original, this area was a little bit less intrusive. It feels like the Apple notch. Let's go ahead and just buy a better drill bit. I would also like the movement speed. The movement speed would be very, very nice. I don't think we're going to get that anytime soon. But now that we have drill efficiency, this should go a little bit faster in here. Why, yes. Yes, it do. And the reason I'm breaking these is that currency in the top right is meta progression. Whereas these currencies like this are going to be your during the round progression. I think as we get further in, we will probably get an unlock or something. It's probably going to be a reward at the end. But the whole goal of the original Wall World was you basically would do this to get meta progression, and I would clear out caves just to get access to... And this is probably a rigidly designed one, not procedural. Oh, we can show this off. Hi. Okay, you guys get out here. Let's go ahead and grab those. But yeah, this was the strategy in the original, was like you would vacuum, and it seems like they were very aware of that strategy now. Because we are able to do this. And I don't know if we will end up with them going outside the... Can we just... Oh, they don't let you just slingshot them in there anymore. Okay. Next one, let's go ahead and get that movement speed. So now we are actually semi-fast. And it's not going to give us random encounters during this basic prelude thing. As we get further in, chances are it will. Because in the original, you were on a timer to go between these areas. So basically, the longer I spent in here just kind of dicking around, the more likely I'd get attacked and the more the attacks would escalate. But since we're not worried about that, because this is the prelude... I'm going to farm whatever I can in here, including the meta progression currency. Obviously, in the original, it was very beneficial to get your drill speed up and your multi-shot going and all that kind of fun stuff. Get some upgrades going. Because, yes, there's more trees than that one. There's weapon trees, and I think we'll probably get a weapon unlock in here if I had to take a wild guess at what it's going to give us. And, yes, day-night cycles. Ooh, thing. I don't remember what... Oh, that is a relic. Okay. Relics are what unlock the additional trees, give us technology, improvements to the spider that we're on. And no, they can't be sucked all the way in. They're just sucked onto the end like this. They were in the original too. So what did we get? You found a drone system. A drone that auto-targets enemies and appears next to the robo-spiders. Sweet. So that's going to help defend us. And now... we can start upgrading a drone system to defend us better. A stabilizer, 5 shots in a burst, and reload speed. Interesting. I think as far as this stuff goes, we actually wanted the resource. And yeah, there's only going to be so much from each one. We can leave the mine with R. But I don't want to do that just yet. I want to get the rest of the progression in here. Because early greed mitigates endgame need. Da 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 da. See, I can use catchphrases, right? And just because you find a relic in a place doesn't necessarily mean that place is done. It probably is, but we're not going to get too concerned about it. Oh, can I suck that in? Thank you. Yeah, this doesn't look like it's going to have a cave at the back. What would happen before is what you'd do is some of the caves, you'd actually get to the back here, and there'd be a tunnel that you could clear out that would take you into the next area. This one, obviously a hard edge. That's probably something I would change on their part. Because as you can see, at least at my resolution right now, I can see where the edge of the... I don't want to call it sprite, the background is. Which may or may not be an issue. I personally don't mind it that much. It doesn't ruin the immersion for me. It just makes it so I know that, hey, we don't have to go any further down this road. But for some people, that might be an issue for them. And as you can see, some stuff down here gets really expensive. Plus 70 drilling efficiency. And then we have plasma drill range, which is very, very nice. And you can see how they branch off. I do like their upgrade system in this. So we can leave that. Ben, do you copy? This is urgent. Okay, what? We have an emergency. What happened? Zyrek activity is increasing. They've launched a massive attack on the town. There's too many for them. We can't hold them back. Don't waste a second. We really need your help. Go. Oh no. What will we ever do? Need to lead my shots a little bit because we're not hitting that guy. I'm assuming town is up. Oh god. Just a second. Can I pause? Nope. You guys are going to hear my phone in the background. And I can't even... Here, can I click on the gear? Gotta love phones in the middle of whenever you're actually doing something. But this is the upgrade area. The situation is getting worse. The sensors on the wall are going off non-stop. Yeah, because all the little alien guys are just kind of floating around trying to kill us. Part of the swarm was distracted by patrols. This will buy us some time to build fortifications. You think they'll go into the city? And I if I remember to cut that out, I will cut that out. But yeah, we'll see. You might. If I cut that out, you'll lose the background stuff that was going on. I'm sure of it. Then I better go back and help the boys. What the? All of our upgrades are gonna get destroyed. They do have to reset you to 0 somehow. Oh. So we can have more than one person in the spider. Intriguing. Go. I don't have access to that yet. No, we're not actually hitting it. In the original, you get squooshed by this guy. We need to dash. I do appreciate that it has the attack zone on the thing. Okay, so we need to get rid of you. Kinda wish it would have let me keep the drone that I had. And yes, we are going to be taking damage from these little jerks. And yes, it's going to keep doing this number on us until hell freezes over. And I do find it interesting that the dash disables our gun. I don't remember that being a thing in the original, but I could be misremembering. My brain is not the best of brains. Get out of the laser. There you go. We're probably going to run across a 4-spot one next. And yes, I am bad at aiming. Oh, no. Oh, we actually have defenses there. Sweet. So shoves the tentacle away. One of many. I do find the inclusion of these interim loading screens to be a little bit weird. That wasn't a thing that I remember being common in the original. But we think we've seen how many of them so far? Sooner or later, they will break through here too. A cloaking device. It will help hide us from their sensors. Then why haven't we used it before? Unfortunately, we don't have the necessary technologies yet. Ah. What if we use of what's left of the white spider? Might there be something suitable in it? We can't break through the swarm. Use my transporter. It will be safer to go by air, but there is a catch. We have to remove all the upgrades from the spider. We won't be able to take off with all this excess weight. Yep. It's the reset button. I called it. I said it before. They destroyed a lot of our stuff. Our research, so it doesn't surprise me that we're losing this too. Or will be easy pickings for Zyrex to break through. Yep, let's go ahead and get out. To move the camera, hold the left mouse button and drag. Zoom in and zoom out on the wheel. Oh, so there's multiple zones. Okay, so that's the... I think that's where we're at right now. Although, I think we only have the one thing to do. Yep. So this is going to have multiple stages. Interesting. I don't mind that very much. Find the white spider remains. We surprisingly have our drone still. There's the white spider. What is in here? Found the white spider's carcass. Dock to the cave and I'll send drones to collect the materials. And check the pilot's suit. There should be access codes in there. That wants us to go in here and gather this. So it doesn't look like there's anything else in here. Okay, so that is his coffin. There's his remains. Found the white spider access codes. These allow you to bypass the software security system. Sweet. Roger that. I've just finished with the white spider. Shall I dispatch the transporter? I want to look at a couple more spots. Okay, Zeus, his body was here. The white exosuit is gone. The dead don't walk, Jill. I mean, if they have powered exosuits, they might. The dead absolutely could be drug off by something as well. Even if it was the exosuit walking on its own. Oh, we have it as a backpack. Interesting. That's some hillbilly strapping there, though. Actually, do we... Oh, we can't do upgrades while we're on the move. I'm looking for entry points. This looks like it's the moon? Oh, no. There's the giant hole. Wall World 2. The inside of the wall. Oh, and we have A and D movement as well. W and S don't do things here. They should probably add that to the bottom since this is the first time we've had like horizontal spider movement. I only got 2 shots off. Cool. Oh, we're under automated control now. Ooh, it's plants. I can't go further. The roots are blocking the path. I have to find something to cut through them. Well, there he goes. What the? I just saw someone. The swarm has spotted us and is already close. We only have a couple of minutes. You won't believe it. There was someone in here. People. We've got to get the white spider stuff out. At least this one has a bit of back and forth as opposed to you just die to get to the next stage of it. What have you lost at the hole? I couldn't help it. My grandpa had been there, and the white spider was guarding it. I wanted to understand something. Oh, interesting. By the way, didn't you just send the drones to get the parts? I wasn't really needed there. I can't see the white spider. My sensors can't spot it. Even with your coordinates, without a signal, drones are blind. Something like that. Plus, I suspect that the monsters are having some difficulty detecting it too. I'm going to figure out how it works. Please do something useful while I work. Okay. Classified. This looks like it's going to be your upgrade hub. Yeah, we have the minigun. I have a feeling that's going to be the cloaking machine. It's either that or that. This is probably going to be something that we can do here. It looks like we've got, what, 6 upgrades in this area, unless I'm missing one. 7, because there's a buzzsaw there as well. Go out in the town. Oh, we have an actual town. Press and hold shift to run. Can we actually talk to people? I have to say, I like their pixel art in this. And there's E to go in there. It looks like we may only have the one building. But yeah, their pixel art in this is actually really solid. Ah, a customer, come in quick! If I'd known I'd see a customer, I would have gotten something else out of the storage. Oh well, there's always next time. Upgrades to suits for our hard-working diggers, toiling in inhumane conditions. So the Volt Digger's speed plus 10%. You also have, these allow you to run on horizontal surfaces. Oh, we only have 500 up there. Our meta progression stuff didn't linger. Wall Digger's weapon accumulates and shoots unstable plasma clots. Upon contact with the target, the clot detonates, dealing AoE damage. Damage and area increase with the charging time. So we're going to have a weapon? That makes me mildly nervous. All the items you purchase in the store will stay with you forever and will be active every time you deploy on the wall. Great choice. Be sure to come back and check for new arrivals. So this is our randomized stuff I'm wagering. Which is fine. And we can get permanent upgrades. So this is going to be another upgrade avenue for us. Okay. It just pops up. Okay. That works too. Chug that root beer. Oh, new guy. Weren't you the one who raced Leviathan? In that case, the first drink is on me. That was mighty exciting. Increases damage by 50. Each drink can only be selected once before landing on the wall. The same one cannot be ordered again. So these, I'm guessing, are temporary boosts. Okay, so it's introducing me to the meta progression here. We have temporary boosts for the run. We have permanent boosts for our character. And then we have boosts for our spider in here. Not sure what else we would boost. So I have clearly good news and bad. Okay. Let's start with the bad news. You can still only equip the spider with the machine gun, but this compromise will allow you to take it to different areas of the wall. Not sure why that one, which leaves me practically defenseless. What's the good news? You can now change spider modules to suit your needs. Okay. Change the legs and body of your spider bot, unlock new modules, and customize the robot to your playstyle. Choose the right combinations. They affect combat and tactical abilities. We've also added the evacuation protocol so the transporter can find you anywhere. But you will need to be activated, so you'll need to activate the beacon and wait for the transponder. Cloaking is a bit useless when you have a working beacon, so be prepared to fight back until the transporter arrives. Okay, so we have Seraphim and Miner. Durability 50, speed 20, so that's durability 70, speed 40. So this is slower, but tankier. I think I'm fine with that for now. Having the tankier bottom. But that's just because we're not going to be doing a lot of long distance stuff on this one. I think by the late game, we definitely want to be favoring speed. That way, because we have other upgrades to kind of compensate for our weakness usually. So Rusty Belt. Okay, so this is... Okay, we're on an odd spot of the wall. I think I see what it is. So basically, this is what we climbed last time. This is a crack in the wall that is suspended by disbelief. And then you have the bridge across that it mentioned with the white spider. You have this kind of cratery area there. I'm not sure what it's about. The hole where the white spider was. And then the rusty belt. I'm not sure why this looks like a moon piece. So we have no missions here. We have the ability to, I think, eventually upgrade the difficulties if I had to take a wild guess. And we do actually have a mission here. Okay, so difficulty insane, save the miners, and get research. I'm not sure why that's considered difficulty insane, other than the fact that there's 7 things there. Sure, that's the only mission that's available. Insane mission is your first one? Seems kind of shady. But this is the start of the thing, so save miners 3. This is a Leviathan bar. Keep an eye on it. It shows the time until the next attack on the spider. When the bar reaches one of the marks, a swarm will attack will begin. When the bar is completely full, the Leviathan will appear. Enemies will not wait for you to get out of the mine. Prepare to defend yourself in advance. Well, let's go ahead and get digging first. Hopefully this is a fast dig area. The device shows how close you are to the miners. The higher the bar rises, the closer you are to the goal. Keep an eye on it so you don't lose your way. The bar appears in the mine if there aren't any miners. Okay. Now, I could dig through this faster just by going on one at a time. Oh, Jesus. Well, we're trapped in that now. I wasn't able to back out of it. Where is the miner? That seems hardened. Enemies in the mines. You encounter enemies in the mines. Keep your distance. They can kill you. Remember, if your health drops below 0, mission will fail. Be careful to keep an eye on your HP indicator. Oh, I really hate those little volcano things. That guy's going to come after us. We're not too close to another enemy attack, which is fine. Okay, there's the miner. Hi. Yeah. So we rescued one. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and get these out of here. And I'll go back up for that other one, because resources are nice. We'll just go ahead and grab these like this. There you go. Come on. All the resources. We do have one more gem thing in there. Let's go ahead and grab this other stuff. We need to rescue a certain number of mining. Oh, there's another one up there. I will grab it. And yeah, oh, for God's sake. And yeah, you can't move out of those once it's in there. That feels kind of dirty, in my opinion. Although it doesn't seem to do damage. I guess it's not as bad. It just pushes us around. Whereas I'm just getting the resources here so we can actually get upgrades. That, I do find it interesting that there's hardened and non-hardened blocks as well. It's a visual indicator between them, but still. And this one appears to be hardened, so it might not be worth it. Because it takes like twice as long, well, 3 times as long to break, roughly. Okay, so we got 690. That's fine. Let's go ahead and go into our upgrades. We have Exosuit, Robo Spider upgrades, and we're probably going to get some... Oh, actually, it doesn't have room for more upgrades. Interesting. Rotation speed, machine gun fire rate. I think we actually want to go drilling efficiency. And probably damage. We actually have a repair there as well for green. I still remember hoarding greens before. That one's yellows. Interesting. So that last one, not terribly useful for us. And I think here we actually go with, let's see, how many resources do we have? Up here, 24 and 5. I'm going to go with fire rate and resource drop. And we are going to go up. I do find the gap on this one to be a little bit longer than before, because usually you wouldn't even get through like one cave unless you had specific upgrades. There's another one. Oh, and this is the top wall for us. Okay. There are ways through these if I remember correctly. And more mine speed. Always the most important thing. I should probably focus in on the miners first. I do find it interesting that we have... Okay, I'm thinking we'll try up first. As a hardened block, but it's got resources in it. Okay, so I'm thinking it might be down. Go ahead and break you. Okay, so this is just a wall crawler. That makes it relatively easy to deal with. So when it comes back around, we can just kill it off relatively easily. I probably shouldn't have picked up a bunch of these things on the way through. We'll just go ahead and drop those off down there. Okay, so that's going to be the path to the guy, I think. At least it feels like it's going to be. Yeah, meta progression currency, kind of important. Okay, so it's getting dark in here, which is unnerving as hell. I don't know if we're going to dig through everything in here or if we're just going to go straight for the miners. So we get the mission. Oh, God damn. The controls for those do not feel particularly good. I'm just going to say. They might be in the middle. They might have actually made it so that it's a little bit more difficult to... Yeah, because if they're in the middle... Come on. Ah, come on. Up, up, you bastards. Into the hole. But yeah, we're going to have our first fight fairly soon. I had to take a wild guess. Yeah, we are. Let's go and get those pulled towards us. Yeah, we want to get back before the timer runs out. While we're waiting for that, let's go ahead and clear some of these. We can get stuff up. We didn't get all of them. We're getting a decent amount of them. I'm going to have to come back through here anyway, so it's not like urgent that I get them all on the first pass. We'll just pull as many... Oh, we got to wait for that. Come on, all of you. Or as many as I can. Because we're about to have an encounter with enemies. Man, what I wouldn't give for more space in my suction pack. Then we'll clear out this spot right by the door for whenever they arrive. I'm really not sure where the guy is in there. He's going to be in the middle somewhere, I bet. Here comes the swarm. And yes, it does pause whenever we're in there. Okay, so we have 25 and 10. Let's go ahead and get more dig speed, more move speed. No, you guys don't. No, bugger off. That was one wave done. Let's go ahead and check up here. Those are just everywhere. I'm not as concerned about the green ones. They're nice, and we can use it to repair some damage we take, but I need to not go, like, overboard on going out of my way for them. Other than possibly getting some of the meta progression resources. Where are you, you dingus? It's saying he's in here. Maybe down here? Oh, there is a decent ways down. Oh, is this gonna have... Ooh, I was just thinking, this might actually have... Yeah, a lot more odd dig spots than the other ones. Because the other... Oh, God. There's a lot of... Oh, no. Listen here. Got them both. There's more. Incubators are the source of Zyrex and mines. Every few seconds, a new Zyrex will appear from. Destroy incubators to stop enemies. Okay. So get you. So we're getting close to the guy. Be careful when you destroy an incubator. The Leviathan bar jumps up sharply. This draws the attention of the storm. Take this into account before destroying them. That would have been useful to know beforehand. That would have been extremely useful to know beforehand. I would have just skipped destroying that. Okay, so where is Dingus? Finding him is proving a lot... Oh, hi. Even more cute. That means that we're going to have to spawn a wave. So if I just ignore that, there's no room in there for me to move. I'd probably recommend that they actually make it so that the areas with that spawn have a little bit more room in them. Yeah, I'm leaving that alone. There's going to be more spawned back there whenever we go through. This might prevent me from actually going after as much in the way of resources until we get more backpack space. Yeah. We got another engineer. These are not going to... Let's go ahead and suction from over there. This is going to keep me from wanting to do all of the resources. You know what? Fine, fuck it. We're going. Leaving. Taking my money. Taking my toys, and I'm leaving. We just dropped all of them down the hole. May I have that? Thank you. That seems like enough to take from there. Okay, so we want to go this way, I think. So I want to suction these up and over, if at all possible. We're leaving some behind. I'm not going to be as concerned about them, I don't think. Because we've got all the resources out here near the entrance. There's probably going to be cheesy ways to get it all later. But before we have our upgrades, probably... God damn it. Yeah, that just robs you of any semblance of, like, control for your movement. which doesn't feel particularly great. I do hope that they fix that. Or at least modify it where you can actually... Because it's kind of like a Riptide kind of situation, where if you're in a Riptide, you generally want to go... Not necessarily... You don't want to swim against it. You want to swim to either side of it. Whereas in this, it feels like no matter which one you try to do, you're not going to get through it. Let's go ahead and go with... We have 44. I could go grab one more to get that. We have some literally right here. Let's just get some easy meta progression. Yeah, we have a wave there. We haven't taken much damage on the ship, so I'm fine with this. Let's go ahead and get ourselves the increased range as well. Oh, one spawned inside this little wall thing here. You jerk. That's uncalled for. And they don't seem to be doing too much damage. It's fine. And yes, we do actually have a shield that prevents damage to ourselves in there. So taking those hits, not as bad as I was originally thinking it is. I did notice it. I just forgot to mention it. Okay, so we have 2 of the 3 miners saved. But yeah, this kind of game I do find to be somewhat cathartic. I am taking out some of the trash zone here, just so we can get the meta progression resources. And yeah, I will come back for these. Don't worry. Mostly what I'm going for are the squishy rocks. Just so we can get through the... Oh, our range on that is lovely. I can't wait until we get more damage. We can tank a few hits. It's not too bad. Yeah, these are still not going down super quick. I'm going to grab this currency down here. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I really want. Okay, so let's grab these. I'll just eat that. We're not worried about the rest of that currency. This is an upgrade. Upgrades are always nice. And I don't think we can shoot while this is on here. I'll try. Or if we get a little bit closer. Nope, we can't. And yeah, I could juggle it. Not feeling it right now. What did we get? A chemical trace. Every 3 seconds, the exosuit drops chemical pellets that deal damage and blocks upon contact. Okay. So we've just got something that drops out things that destroy blocks. Cool. We have acid poop, is what we have. Yes, I'm being greedy and I shouldn't be. Okay, just double checking. Okay, so this is what I want. Okay, so we are full. I'm going to go ahead and break that and just be on my way. Oh, no, come on. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. There's only 2 of you, but I'm still greedy. Okay, get rid of those. And I think if it breaks a block, it should actually count as XP for us. I say XP, the currency that we have up there. I do appreciate that they can't come out of the mine anymore. That is a major boon for me, because if I remember correctly in the original, I lost quite a bit of resources just by it dropping out of the nonsense. Minus 40%. We're going to go for more damage on bullets. And gun rotation speed. So we can get out of here, and that feels a bit more responsive. So that is one of them. We have one more miner to rescue. Then we get the hell out of Dodge. And yeah, it'll zoom out whenever we get near a mine. That's how you kind of know. And we have repair resources as well in case we need them. That is a cloud line. That makes me nervous. Cloud lines usually indicate a transition, which means that we are going to run into problems. Yeah. This is just to reinforce that this is still part of this game. We are not damaging that guy. Okay, so that enemy is a I need to unshield myself to attack enemy, I'm willing to bet. Yep. Oh, and he got us. There we go. And we're going to have another attack soon after opening this mine. Now, if you're wondering what the barrier at the top is about, that is just because this is a playtest. It's not a thing that we particularly need to worry about, because in the final version, chances are that's going to be a cloud layer. Now for this, I'm just going to destroy some rocks here at the entrance. If we get some resources, awesome. If not, is still progression. Oh, we don't have a miner in here. What are you? Well, oh, okay. That is a nightmarish looking thing. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that guy at the moment. I'm not moving anyway. And I think it just slows us down. Don't think it actually does damage. I could probably use a reduction in spread, but we'll deal with that later. But yeah, that might actually increase the rate of enemies. I just did notice that this is not a cave with a dude in it. This is not the cave we were looking for. So we'll just grab a little bit here at the entrance and be on our way, and we'll come back to it if we have the time. But our mining speed is not bad. Here's some meta progression for us. We're at 3,800. That's enough for nothing, I don't think. I think we the next one is 5,000. I'm going to go with, what do we have? 6? We don't have anything there. We're almost at the point where we could do a repair, but that's not the one we want. We want to find where the miner is, because that is progress. Okay, so we have this one. Is the miner in here? They are. Okay, so the mining person is in this one. And yes, we'll go up while the acid goes down, because that's just going to be free XP for us. There's an enemy spawner. And I'm going to go ahead and just fill up. I'm not going to worry about optimal play. Optimal play would be waiting until you get to the end of the little zone to start grabbing stuff. So we are probably going to have to go through some spawners. I'm not going to worry about it just yet. But generally speaking, I think we do want to be going up. We're getting close to them. Not sure where they are. I think they're going to be... Oh, nope, that's a spawner. Don't even particularly care about going after that spawner. Okay, we'll worry about that later. We have that. Let's go and grab you. That is full. So I'm guessing he's down here. Why are you guys doing so deep in the mines? I mean, I get that they're miners, but You'd think the mining guys would be, you know, somewhere remotely close to actual resources and not deep as hell in the already blocked off zone. So that looks like it is going to be, yeah, you need to dig through this and actually get by it kind of thing. That's lovely. Where is he? Up, maybe? We're not quite at the next attack yet. Maybe in here? Yeah, we gotcha. Okay, so we can start extraction if we want. We're going to have to fight our way out. I don't think we stand a chance against the Leviathan yet, so I'm not going to push that. Instead, I'm going to go for meta progression resources in here. We're going to dig our way out. Get as many of those as possible. We'll grab the research as we're passing by. Which I think was over here. Yes, it was. We'll just go this way. And we're zippy enough that I can get in and out of there pretty nicely. So extraction-wise, I think we're okay. And we're still getting meta progression stuff by our acid going. That's lovely. Okay, drop those off. A buzzsaw drone. Supported by a drone that attacks enemies in melee range, flying up to them and sawing through them. Yay! Always love to see that. We're probably going to have to take on one more wave. What I'm going to do is wait for this next wave to attack us. Then I'm going to defend against that wave. And I'm going to drop in and do... I'm going to try not to kill those because I have a feeling they do the same thing as before. But yeah, I'm going to try and fight off this wave, and then we'll start summoning the new one after we've repaired, gotten our upgrades, all that fun stuff. So meta progression farming, that's what this is for. I don't know how tough the extraction is going to be. That's why we're not taking it at the same time as an actual wave. Okay, so let's go ahead and siphon up all that and get whatever upgrades we can. You guys can just come with us. Come on. Yoink and F. What do we want from this? Probably more damage or less spread. I'm going to go with less spread first. And yeah, the buzzsaw drone will help us out. I'm going to be focusing in on the non-sticky boys first, because I'm not going mobile. Not yet, at least. What are you? Buzzsaw is going after them. And I think they are taking damage. They're making that squishy noise. And then we heal up, and we go after the next... It seems like that is accelerating. Okay, F, upgrades, heal. That is a 15%. We're almost full now. So let's go grab our last little bit of resources here. Come back for these. Okay, so we got that. We're gonna just grab all the little blues we can. Get the hell out of Dodge. And I do like that that reverses whenever you encounter a... You guys need to come up out of the pit first, please. Thank you. We got that. Come on, friends. I require your currency. Yeah, juggling them, not always the easiest thing to do. It's fine, it's just... I'm not good at it. The reason we're grabbing these is because I want to get upgrades for this fight that we're going to be doing. Okay, and plow through a little bit of this. Ooh, even some more resources. I'll take it. And those are just having issues down there. I don't know if I don't think they can go through that guy. No, they can't. That's fine. I'll go ahead and grab you. And that is 5,000 meta progression resources, so let's go ahead and get the heck out of Dodge. Do our upgrades. Upgrades. That's going to be... Let's go with fire rate and expanding bullets. We don't need any upgrades in there. We're good on health. Time to test the extraction Jill spoke of. So let's go ahead and move up, and we're going to do a G there. This is where it's going to come and get us. Yeah, you handle the ones that are down there. I'll handle this stuff out here. Melee drone, handle the melee bullshit. You can do it. I believe in you. Ooh, what are you? Besides needing to die. And yeah, we just have to survive 30 seconds. It's fine. Oh, that's a dangerous one. That one smells like it's going to explode whenever it touches us. I do find it interesting that these are coming. They don't really... I mean, they do a little bit of damage to us, don't they? Who do we take? Oh, we have big boys now. Let's go for a repair. And I will shoot you. You're going to be spawning multiple guys, aren't you? Yeah. Yay, we got out. It's an extraction looter. Dust total, we got 7,400. Cool. We got some basic upgrades. I don't know if... Oh, we get dust for the upgrades. So upgrading stuff is not a bad idea. We did not defeat a Leviathan, so we don't get any bonuses for that. We did have some resources left, so we got a little bit of dust for those. I don't know what we get more dust for. It might just be 1 for 1. Because we spent... maybe not. But yeah, it only gave us 100 dust for that. That's not a lot. But I enjoy this game. From now on, the wall is at your disposal. Upgrade your spider and exosuit and take on jobs at the bar. Set out to explore the wall, moving deeper and deeper inwards to unravel its secrets. Okay. The monsters inside the wall were certainly unpleasant. An unpleasant surprise, but they may be the solution to all our problems. Certain parts of their bodies are incredibly strong and fusible, almost like metal, but very, very light at the same time. And melting them down to turn them into technology is cool. We'd be able to add new parts without fear of exceeding the limit. Just collect biomaterial and bring it to me, so I can make spider upgrades. Someone was just asking for it at the bar. Looks like there's a new job. Interesting. Doesn't look like we're able to actually do proper upgrades yet, although we do have like one of those orb thingies. Maybe I should be destroying those and popping up the difficulty very quickly. Of course, we can't extract until we get the thing. Okay, I had a brilliant idea for a brilliant weapon design recently. Mines are teaming with Zyrex, and the cutter just doesn't cut it. Be nice to get a fresh alternative. This is what I call... Okay. Wants us to buy that one. Oh. We can still upgrade others. Ooh, drilling power up. Accumulates and shoots unstable plasma clots upon contact with the target. The clot detonates, dealing AoE damage. I'd much rather have this, I think. Because then we'd be able to carry so much more. But I will do what it wants us to do. Okay, so we don't have an upgrade for that available anymore. We actually, no, we can't test it out. That would be a handy thing to have, would be a practice area for your weapons. And then we come in here and we can get jobs. Okay. Shield recovery, max shield recovery, reflects 50% of damage taken back to the attacker. That would actually be kind of nice. Vacuum capacity. Extra resource when destroying a block. Ooh. I don't know how much it's by 20%. We don't have massive, so it'd be like 2 more. But I like that. Let's see what the job looks like. What you looking at? Come to gloat at my grief? Only if you can pull my lost cat out of nowhere, which I highly doubt. I built a drone that looks like a cat. Now this catbot just wanders around day and night, but who knows where. Every morning he wakes me up, his service is purring into my ear. The bastard, he's practically family. Yeah, the silly thing climbed into some mine and I lost the signal, so you often dig around in mines. Can you check this one? I'll give you the blueprints. So that is probably going to be for a companion. That might loot stuff for us. I don't know yet. That would actually be kind of neat. Do we have the resource? We do have the resources. Go and get that. Oh, we can't actually buy that. Interesting. So we can't even like, yeah, we could buy that. We can only buy the defensive ones, which is kind of weird. Okay, but exit that. I think we might play more of this playtest. I'll find out later. There are limits on it, which makes me not want to go too far into it. Like, there's a lot of things that are not available in the playtest, simply because it is, well, a playtest. But I like it. I like the increased amount of upgrades. I'm not sure what's up with the bar there. We were only able to buy defensive ones, but this looks like it's going to have standard progression through here. We're going to get weapons and item upgrades for our character through the other... I'm wagering these are spider upgrades. Through the shop, and then we'll have temporary upgrades through the bar. I do wonder if they're going to include more in the future, but for now it's looking promising, and this looks like another Allowar title that I will most definitely play through. So keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath.